Hey, it's studio time. The Locals Lounge at Radio 94.9. Send your band submissions to Nate at radio949colorado.com.
All right, welcome back to Studio 94.9. It's the Locals Lounge here at Radio 94.9. My name is Nate Wild, and we've got our guests joining me in the studio today. We've been talking a while, but we finally get to do radio, and that's exciting. It's Spencer, Jonathan, and Etham with an M.
Perfect.
That's
perfect. That can't be late.
From the Hollow. Welcome, dudes.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing well.
It's the Wild Child.
I'm so happy we finally get to do this.
Dude, it's been so long.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
I mean, I think we initially touched base, I want to say November or something
Probably.
last year, right?
Yep.
And the Broadcasters Awards is probably when we met, but then after that, dude, we've just been trying to touch base, and I'm so glad that we're actually able to be up here and do this, man. It's awesome.
Me too. So if you could, let's go ahead and just introduce the listeners who may not be familiar with the Hollow to the Hollow.
Awesome, yeah. So I'm Spencer. I play guitar and sing in the Hollow. Do you want to introduce it? You should.
Hello, I am Jonathan, and I play guitar and sing in the Hollow.
You sing
as well.
a little bit too. Etham?
My name's Etham.
This is a new
and
thing, by
I
the
play
way.
bass and sing a little bit in the Hollow.
We'll get to Etham later. We'll get to
so good.
I want to hear the story behind this, but
Dude, it's real short. We just started calling him Etham yesterday.
okay, cool.
But we call an art rock band from Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
Jonathan and I went to musical theater school in Greeley, just across the way.
Really?
Yeah. I know. Woof. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. And we actually just started playing in this band about 2 years ago. It's kind of Queens of the Stone Age, Muse influenced rock stuff.
Okay.
And we actually, our drummer, Jason, who isn't here right now, obviously, because we didn't introduce him, but he joined the project, I would say last November, played his first show with us in Fort Collins in February over at Hody's Half Note.
Okay.
So, yeah, we just kind of threw this thing together, started playing some rock music, and as much as we want to try to break away from our music theater roots, we just can't seem to let that go, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Which is fine. We've accepted it now. It's all right, well, we already drank the Kool-Aid, so now we're just waiting to die. But I think that it definitely plays, it has a huge influence in the way that we write our music and the way that we perform our music. So, yeah, some of the songs that we'll play today, we do, real cool, well, I mean, we think they're cool, harmonies and stuff.
I think they're cool, too. Awesome. Yeah, totally.
Thank you. And I think that's, something that we want to incorporate into rock music. People think that rock is dead, and those people are out of their minds.
Those people are stupid.
Yeah, dum-dums. So, again, man, we're super appreciative of you having us up. And, again, we've been chatting about it for a while. But,
Yeah.
The stars aligned, and I'm super grateful. So thank you.
Right on. Yeah, no worries, man. Let's play a tune. I've played this one on the radio before, the studio version, the recorded version. It's called An Open Letter to Kim K.
Yeah.
Tell me about this song. What's this song about?
So, it's kind of about the the demise of pop culture and how we're kind of disgusted by it, and the song is titled, or it comes off as it's about Kim Kardashian, and it certainly is, but it also certainly isn't. You know what I mean? It's kind of just the disdain of pop culture, and it's kind of a challenge for people to kind of look beyond what's put in front of them a little bit, start thinking for themselves instead of letting kind of pop culture kind of whitewash everybody's vision,
Yeah.
So it's just kind of an ode to think outside of the box. And we hope that it makes sense now that we explained it, because if it doesn't, then we really crap the bed.
Well, let's do this. Let's hear it. Once again, it's the Hollow joining me in the studio today, Studio 94.9, and this is called An Open Letter to Kim K.
Oh, your majesty, creating creatures that you dressed in white. It's insane how you brainwash the stain out of linen so bright. You sign with glossy red as you cross your T's and bat your eyes. It's a skill that you kill for until you leave one paralyzed. If you would act like a lady, then I would treat you the same. But you just act like a baby, and it's driving me insane. You're running away You're running away from us. You're running away from us. You're poison royalty, the princess of the family status quo. You lie till you die, but your virus will still have control. Oh, and if you would act like a lady, then I would treat you the same. I would treat you the same. But you just act like a baby, and it's driving me insane. You're running away. You're running away from us. You're running away from us. You're running away. You're running away from us. You're running away from us. Oh, the demons even up the score now, and over and over and over and over and over and oh, the demons even up the score now, and over and over and over and over and over and oh, your majesty, creating creatures that you dress in white. And oh, I suppose that you know they're coming for you tonight. You're running away. You're running away from us. You're running away from us. You're running away. You're running away from us. You're running away from us.
Yeah. The Hollow, everybody.
Slap hands. Slap hands.
That was awesome. An open letter to Kim K.
Thanks, man.
I dig your vocal harmonies.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Practice.
Yeah. That's one thing I was never able to do.
Yeah.
As a musician singer.
Practice or harmonies?
No, the harmonies. So bad at it. Well, I want to kind of get to know each of you individually a little better.
Great.
Well, I'll start with Spencer. Tell me kind of how you came up as a musician. Tell me your story.
So I was raised in a very musical family.
Okay.
So my dad played guitar, sang. My mom sings. Yeah, I say sang. He still sings. I mean, he's still a killer vocalist. My mom sings. Two older brothers who played guitar growing up too. So I was just constantly around it.
Yeah.
So I started playing my dad's guitar when I was like 13. I remember the first song that I learned by ear was Drive by Incubus.
Okay, yeah.
And he plays like an A7 chord in there or something like that. And I remember I just learned an A chord, but I was playing it and I was like, Dad, that doesn't sound right. So like, what's the deal? And he's like, well, it's just a different A chord. It's like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, this is an A. There's only one. So that's, what it should sound like. And
Right.
it didn't. And then I went down the rabbit hole and started learning music, and it's been a nightmare ever since. But it's been, I started, this is actually our second band. Jonathan and I were in a band previous, like 4 or 5 years ago. But this is like our first big kid band.
Okay.
Like the one that we actually take seriously.
Yeah.
And it's been really exciting, man. I play guitar, but my older brother, Andy, is a bass player, so learned how to play bass from him. And then I learned drums by playing Rock Band. So
That's actually a good way to learn the drums.
it's unbelievable, dude.
You can't learn guitar from Rock Band at all, but the drums, totally. It's rhythm, it's...
Because I'm a visual guy, right? So it's like when I saw that you're supposed to play the kick pedal, but not when the snare hits, I was like, oh, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
And in Rock Band, you can like totally slow it down to like 25%. So I was like, practice.
Yeah,
And-
interesting.
And that game is a lot of fun too.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of essentially how I came up. And singing
Cool.
all the time. Yeah.
Right on. How about Jonathan?
Get over here, little buddy.
Hey. So I guess similar to Spencer, grew up in a musical home. Sang a lot in a sort of youth choir. We did some touring, and then it was that fateful day my brother brought home a CD, an album called Rent.
Oh, really?
Rent changed my life.
Okay.
My parents would tell you like they listen to me like belting my face off, but like not in any sort of key that was like, just that practicing, right? Yeah. So that's kind of where Spencer and I have a lot of connections musically, is sort of that rock opera.
Yeah.
Grew up listening to all kinds of great music with my my family. So it's been good. So we met up in musical theater school and studied that, and I'd always
Over 10 years ago.
yeah.
Think about that.
Wow. I'd see.
That just aged us hard.
Yeah.
It goes, "Oh, are you following?"
I saw Spencer just in the music lab, for hours. Like he would just be writing. He was writing musicals. He was writing all this stuff. I always thought that was really cool. So I always wanted to do a music project with him. And then we just kind of grew our friendship over the years. And then we started another band, like you said, and here we are now with The Hollow.
Nice. And Ethan or Etham.
I love it so
I think it's Etham. It's like
I'm like mad about it, but also like, what good is it fighting it? So yeah. All right. No, it's kind of a similar vein to these dudes. I grew up in a musical house too. I didn't know it until later, but apparently my whole mom's side of the family is like super musical. I guess my grandma got accepted to Juilliard for cello.
Oh,
I had
really?
no idea until like 2 years ago, but that's pretty neat. Yeah.
Right this second.
Right. And then ended up not doing that so she could be a painter, which is, I think, like pretty badass. But, sorry. If I
oh, you're good. You're good.
but yeah, so I grew up in that and just tried a whole bunch of instruments when I was growing up and just never really gelled with any of them. I tried like violin and piano and electric bass when my hands were way too small to handle that instrument, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and just didn't like any of them. And then similar to Spencer here, I started playing Guitar Hero in middle school, and I was like, I'm pretty good at this game. I bet I could be pretty good at this for real. And so I started learning guitar and just like learned like Crazy Train and like all those tunes, and came up through that. And I was one of the first students at Denver's School of Rock. So I like started doing that and playing shows, and that's what got me interested in playing live. And then started kind of making my own music when I got to college, just because I needed to find a way to play silently. And so I downloaded Reaper, and I needed to figure out how to work Reaper. And so I started making my own music that way. And then my buddy's band asked me if I wanted to be their bassist, and I was like, well, I don't play bass, but sure, why not? And then a couple years down the road, played out with them a whole bunch and toured with them and stuff, and that was sweet. And then a couple years down the road, Spencer posted on Facebook and was just like, hey, we need a bassist and a drummer for this project. And I said, do you need a guitarist? He said, nope, we need a bassist. I said, okay, I'll play bass. And then I joined up with these guys, and it's been smooth sailing ever since then. Been
Nice.
a real great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a ball.
Interesting stories, all three, man. That's cool. Well, let's go ahead and do another tune for the people. It's called "Catch as You Can."
This is a fun one, man. We like doing this one a lot.
Tell me about this song. What's this song about?
It's a tune about addiction. Oh, it's a tune about addiction, actually. And lived in an apartment complex with this guy who essentially had like wet brain. So he would wake up.
Wet brain.
Yeah. So
what is that?
So I mean, like drank himself.
Okay.
Like I mean, couldn't like past function.
Oh.
So he was up before everybody. He would fall asleep after everybody, and he had this like one little perch right at the front of the apartment where he would sit out on a chair with like a whiskey Coke.
Okay.
And like really dark sunglasses, but like he was so drunk all of the time that he couldn't actually like enunciate. He couldn't speak. So it was just slurs. And so he would sit out in front of the apartment and just smoke cigarettes and just drink. And he did that sun up to sundown.
Wow.
And it was very interesting. He never like really bothered anybody until one time he kind of cornered my girlfriend at the time in this like little back area where they let animals out to go to the bathroom. It's just like this little stretch, this little green belt in the back. But her dog was going to the bathroom, and then he kind of like showed up at the back and kind of like wobbled his way. He couldn't even like walk straight, but he like a bigger dude, and kind of cornered her. And so she kind of freaked out. And so we kind of wrote that song about this guy. His name is Richard.
Wow.
And I don't know if he's still about, but he's probably not listening to this, so it doesn't make it that weird.
That's a trip.
Yeah. So, but thank you for asking. We actually never get to tell that story, so that's actually cool. Yeah, this song is called Catch As You Can.
All right. It's The Hollow. Catch As You Can.
Down the hatch and into the hole, drowning fiery lakes. Demon, catch as you can your soul, fiery lakes. The pain of your life hangs in the air, and it chokes the lungs of all that are near. The ice they see but cannot say. Bodies living, loving too far away. Down the hatch and into the hole, drowning fiery lakes. It's a choice made, not given. The lakes, they are all that you have, and the flame that you've swallowed leaves nothing but ash. The fight, it's for you and yourself. And the reflection we see is all that is left. Down the hatch and into the hole, drowning fiery lakes. Demon, catch as you can your soul, fiery lakes. Rolling on your frail heart. A little bud. Beating away at all things good. of your life hangs in the air, and it chokes the lungs of all that are near.
Man, oh man. Hollow. Catch as you can. You guys are awesome.
Thank you very much, man.
Absolutely. It's Studio 94.9, the Locals Lounge here at Radio 94.9. Now, once again, it's the Hollow with me, Spencer, Jonathan, and Etham as of yesterday.
So
this is the
good,
thing.
man.
This is happening. Everybody on the radio now knows you as Etham.
You said you didn't mind. You didn't mind.
Sorry.
No, it's perfect.
Okay, great.
Don't you dare apologize to me.
Okay. So in a lot of pictures I've seen you, Spencer, you wear the scarf, the red scarf.
Yep.
Is there a story behind that?
There is. My dad used to wear it.
Okay.
Like he had a bandana that he would drape around his neck. There's a picture of me, my sister, and my two brothers many, many moons ago. But there's like a family picture, and it's like winter time, and so like we're all sitting on our parents' laps, and I was sitting on my dad's lap, and he was so much cooler. Like, he's a cool dude, but like when he had like full head of hair, you know what I mean? Like just long and like luxurious hair. And he knew how to squinch too. Like he was squinching before squinching was squinching.
What's squinching?
So it's like a little thing that you do with your eyes when you take pictures, you know? So it's like your bottom lids up just a little bit.
Squinch.
Squinch.
I learned something.
It's a real thing. See, yeah. There, something like that. Yeah, I wish you guys could see that because that was brilliant. But yeah, I was sitting on his lap and he was wearing like a nice little sweater and he had a bandana around his neck, and we knew that like we wanted to kind of have like a costume, I guess, right? Like a stage presence kind of thing. So we all do like the dressed in black thing, but with our kind of branding, we have like what we call our Croboticon, and it looks like it's a Decepticon, but it's a crow, and it's like a robotic crow.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Totally.
So the way that you can tell that it's a robot is because of like the red eyes. And so we were like, all right, well, we'll wear all black, but we should just have like maybe a little hint of red. So I kind of just made the little bandana thing.
Yeah.
My little piece, which is really cool. Yeah.
Cool. Now you know, everybody.
And
now you know.
It saves my life on stage because we play super hard. Like
You get real sweaty?
we turn it up to 11, and this thing is functional because I have to like wipe sweat out of my eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to like look at people, you know, when we're singing, but sometimes I cannot because if I open my eyes, they will burn out of my face.
You have to squinch while you're playing.
Just squinching hard, man. What's up?
That's why you look so confident on stage.
That must be.
Your eyes are big.
I'm like, yeah,
You're locked in.
I am chock full of confidence, but I cannot open my eyes.
That's awesome. Well, cool. Last tune we're going to do here, it's called Mask of Pearly Whites. Tell me about this song.
This is a tune that we usually dedicate to the bar staff at the venues. I wrote this song when I worked at a coffee shop. Anyone who works, I think everyone in the world should work a service industry job.
At least once.
At least once.
Yeah.
Like just a shift to see what it's like.
Yeah.
To see how people really are, you know? So I worked at this coffee shop for like 2.5 years, and they would walk in and I would ask them like, hey, how's it going? Like, how are you? And they'd be like, I want my coffee. I want a large blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but like, how are you? You know, like
Right.
I asked you how you're doing and you just blow me off kind of thing. So after I quit that job, I wrote a song. I wrote this song, Mask of Pearly Whites, because you can't really say what you think when you're working in the service industry.
Yeah.
You can't, give them the middle finger. So I would essentially call that a mask of pearly whites, like your smile, you're painting on a smile, right?
Totally, yeah.
But this song is about taking your teeth out, like finding somebody who will take your teeth out. You're not biting your tongue anymore. You're like, screw you kind of thing.
Yeah, totally.
So this song kind of is loosely based on, no, it's very closely based on my experience in the service industry.
Yeah.
Again, we dedicate this tune to the bar staff at every place. We're like,
Makes
take care of your
sense.
bartenders, man, because like, if not, they're gonna spit in your drink.
You might not know what they're going through right
exactly.
now. Yeah.
And thank you again for asking. It's always nice to be able to tell the stories.
Yeah.
It makes like the songs more relatable, I think, and then people listen to the lyrics and like, oh, that totally makes sense, instead of like, what the hell is that guy talking about?
Right, right. Well,
So yeah, this one's called Mask of Pearly Whites.
right on, right on.
I find myself praying now for one to thieve my teeth away, for they mustn't have the know-how to tastefully displace. So man the wires and pose me for the pliers. It's time to out the liars. Pluck now one by one till it's done. These smiles disguise me. There will be no blood from my tongue, no army of ivories. There will be nothing but my gums. These smiles disguise me. There will be no blood from my tongue, no army of ivories. There will be nothing but my gums. Secrets seep through gaps in teeth, but speeches hide within. So please begin before my muscles seethe and leave a toothless grin. So man the wires and pose me for the pliers. It's time to out the liars. Pluck now one by one till it's done. These smiles disguise me. There will be no blood from my tongue, no army of ivories. There will be nothing but my gums. These smiles disguise me. There will be no blood from my tongue, no army of ivories. There will be nothing. From my tongue, no army of ivories. There will be nothing but my gums. Smiles disguise me. There will be no blood from my tongue, no army of ivories. There will be nothing.
Yeah. Mahalo.
We did it.
That was called Mask of Pearly Whites. Woo! It's Studio 94.9, the Locals Lounge at Radio 94.9. And before we wrap up the show, tell me what you got coming up. What's next for the Hollow?
That's a great question, and thank you for asking. We have, so those last two songs, Catch As You Can and Mask of Pearly Whites, they'll be on an upcoming EP that we recorded recently. We're still deciding if there's going to be 3 or 4 songs on it, but we're releasing a new song, and with that new song, we're doing a music video.
Oh, cool.
And so that song is called Sleep Talkin', and we're very excited for that.
Send
soon.
it to me when it's ready.
Absolutely, we'll do.
Play it.
Yeah, dude. So Our release show is November 3rd. That's a Friday night.
Okay.
And we're doing that at Syntax down in Denver.
Okay, cool.
A great little venue. We've been seeing shows there for a long time, and we just kind of knew that when we were going to do a big show, like a big release show, that was the place that we were going to do it at.
Nice.
That's Friday, November 3rd. We're playing with Post Paradise as well.
Nice,
Local
nice.
love those people.
Absolutely.
We were fortunate enough to play Nick's birthday show back in February, and we helped sell out Hodie's Half Note for his birthday, and it
Yeah.
was huge, and it was wonderful. And so,
Did you dress like him?
oh yeah,
Yes.
dude, yeah, that was totally that show too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wore like a flannel with like that silly little golf
The
hat,
flannel
whatever.
on the
Yeah,
hat. Yeah, totally.
and still, I had this beard, but like still, his beard is way better than mine, and it's just mind-boggling. But this is kind of our like, they gave us a big show up here, so we want to give them a big show down there.
Nice.
So, yeah, our song "Sleep Talkin'," we're actually going to be submitting that for Hometown for the Holidays. So that's going to be very exciting, and just a few weeks after we release the song. So once we release the song, we'll give it to you, and you just can blast it all over your airwaves.
Cool. I will.
Awesome.
I will.
Thanks, man.
Well, right on. Can't thank you guys enough for coming in, sharing your music, sharing your stories today.
Thank you for asking and inquiring and letting us invade your space. This has been really great.
Anytime, anytime.